Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Imraatul Majida. Here I would like to present my undergraduate thesis proposal under the title Developing a Mobile App as Media for Learning English Vocabulary of the Upper Class at State Elementary School of Mantaras 2020 until 2021 academic year. Okay, in this occasion, I would like to explain 3 chapters. They are Chapter 1, Chapter 2, and Chapter 3. In Chapter 1, it consists of background of the research until definition of the key term. Okay, let's go into the background of the research. In instructional process, automatically students must learn about English language component. Language component includes pronunciation, vocabulary, and also grammar. From the 3 types of language component, vocabulary plays important role in language learning. Vocabulary is an essential skill for learning to read, speak, write, and also listen. Without sufficient vocabulary, people cannot communicate and express their feeling both in form of spoken and written effectively. And then, vocabulary must learn and taught in elementary school. Students of elementary school study the basic of English. They study about simple words or things in their surroundings. Next is teaching using mobile-assisted language learning. Nowadays, most people use mobile phone for doing a lot of activities, and it also happens in education. The meaning of mobile-assisted language learning is using a mobile phone to be the media in instructional process. And based on the result of small talk with the English teacher in this school, there are some problems related to the students' vocabulary mastery. First, they have problem in memorizing the new vocabulary. Second, they feel difficult to pronounce the vocabulary in English. And the last, most students less of motivation to learn English. Therefore, to solve the problem, the researcher will develop a mobile app to encourage students' motivation in learning English, especially in vocabulary mastery. Now, let's going to discuss about problem of the research. There are 3 problems of this research. First, how is the appropriate mobile app as media for learning English vocabulary of the upper class at State Elementary School of Mantaras 2020 until 2021 academic year developed? Second, how effective is a mobile app as media for learning English vocabulary? And the third, how is the students' interest in using a mobile app as media for learning English vocabulary? Next, based on the research problem of the research, here is the objective of the research. First, to describe how to develop the appropriate mobile app as media for learning English vocabulary of the upper class at State Elementary School of Mantaras 2020 until 2021 academic year. Second, to know how significant are the results of students' improvement in using mobile app as media for learning English vocabulary. And the last one, to know how are the students' interest in using a mobile app as media for learning English vocabulary. Now, let's going to discuss about specification of the product. First, it is in the form of Android mobile application. Therefore, this product must use and implement in mobile phone. Second, it is made by using PowerPoint, iSpring 9, and also APK Builder. Third, it focuses on vocabulary noun based on students' textbook. And then, it consists of list of vocabulary, audio in English and Indonesia based on list of vocabulary, and also the proper picture based on list vocabulary also. And the last one, the layer consists of intro page, loading session, instruction page, menu page, materials pages, and also closing page. Let's going to discuss about significance of the research. This research has 2 kinds of significance. There are theoretically and also practically. Theoretically, this research is providing input in enhancement and improvement of another learning. For practically, this research is expected to be very useful for students, teachers, and also researchers. For the students, this research is expected to give their stimulation and get more knowledge and motivate them to learn English. For the teacher, This research is expected that the media is a long-term interactive learning device which is useful in the vocabulary mastery of English class and motivates the teacher to vary the learning media. And the last one for the other researcher. This research will be a reference and encourage the other students of English education department to do the same research. Therefore, it will help the English teacher and students in the teaching and learning process, especially vocabulary mastery in the classroom. Now, let's go to discuss about limitation of the research. In avoidance the broader discussion, the researcher gives some limitation in this research. First, this research will be conducted for the 4th graders at State Elementary School of Mentaras 2020 until 2021 academic year. The second, the researcher focuses on developing a mobile app as media for learning English vocabulary based on students' textbook of the 4th graders. The third, the researcher uses the students' textbook in the 2nd semester of the 4th grade. And the last one is this media only focuses on nouns as vocabulary. It is because the word categories that can be visualized is only noun. Okay, this is the last part of the chapter 1. It is definition of the key term. There are 4 key terms in this research. First, developing. It is the process of adding, deleting, simplifying, modifying, and reordering the materials in order to be better for students' needs. It is based on Sharifuddin 2018. Next, media. Media is the carriers of the message, which is tool to deliver a message of teacher to students. In learning activities, the media can help teacher deliver instructional materials to make more clearly and easily understood by the student. It is according to Prasetyo and Lisari 2016. The next one is about the mobile app. A mobile app is a software application developed specifically for use on small wireless computing devices such as smartphones and tablets, rather than desktop or laptop computers. Mobile application is a software program that runs on a mobile phone. It is according to Cambridge Dictionary. And the last one, vocabulary. Vocabulary is all the words that a person knows or uses, and it is all the words in a particular language. It is according to Hornby 2006. Okay, let's move to chapter 2. In chapter 2, it consists of the component of English language until the relevant previous research. Next, let's go on to the chapter 3. Chapter 3 consists of research design, the description of the setting, procedure of developing the materials, and the last one, the schedule of the research. First, let's go to talk about research design. This research focuses on developing a mobile app as media for learning English vocabulary of the upper class. Since the focus on developing a product, so the proper research design is research and development. The development process of this research is this research follows steps proposed by Eddy's model 2016. Due to some technical problem faced and to make ease of developing process, the steps from Eddy is simplified. Eddy's model have 5 steps. Those are analysis, design, develop, implementation, and the last one, evaluation. Next is about description of the setting. This research will be conducted in State Elementary School of Mentaras, which is located in Jalan Raya Mentaras. This research focuses for students of the 4th grade consists of 25 students. Now let's go to discuss about procedure of developing the material. There are several steps in this procedure of developing the material. First is need survey. Second is developing the mobile app for learning vocabulary. Third, expert and teachers validation. And the last one, try out. Okay, the first step to develop the product in this research is need survey. To find more detailed information about any situation in the field, need survey is used. The researcher uses 2 instruments to collect the data during need survey. The instruments are questionnaire and interview guidelines. The questionnaire is for English teacher and also the student. For English teacher, the questionnaire is in the form of open-ended question, and for the student, the questionnaire is in the form of closed-ended questions. And next about interview. The interview is only for the English teacher. Okay, the next process. Let's talk about developing mobile app. This chart is the process of the way the researcher developed this product. First is identifying, next retyping, and then selecting, and then translating, next is recording, and next re-recording, then visualizing, and then selecting, after that designing, after that converting, and the last one is final product. Okay, next process. Let's talk about expert and teachers validation. In expert validation, there are two expert validators. There are an English lecturer of Qomaruddin University and the expert of IT. Lecturer validator is to validate the language used in the product and also the quality of the pronunciation. And for IT validator is to validate the template, the style of the template, the speed and also clarity of the audio, and also the proper of the picture. In other hand, the teacher validator is an English teacher in the 4th graders of State Elementary School of Mentaras. Teacher validator is to validate the suitability between this product and also the student's need. Let's talk about the last step in procedure in developing material. It is about tryout. All units in the product will be tried out and will be done once only. This is because the tryout doesn't measure the passing grade of the product. It is not in the form of materials, but an application to be used on a mobile phone. Therefore, the product is measured just to know its effectiveness on its practicality. Now let's going to talk about subject of the tryout. The subject of this tryout is an English teacher and also 25 students in the 4th graders of State Elementary School of Mentaras. The researcher uses 3 instruments for collecting the data during the tryout. First is questionnaire, second is observation checklist, and the last one is field note. The questionnaire is for the students and also the teacher. This questionnaire is used to know the opinion of the product after they have already tried this product. And then observation checklist. Observation checklist is based on the mechanism of the tryout. It is used to observe the situation and condition during the tryout. And then field note. The last instrument is field note. Field note is used to write some findings during the tryout. It can be the student's behavior during the teaching learning in the class or the problem during ongoing research. Okay, that's all of my presentation today. Thank you very much for your attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.